Well, we had this controversy a little while ago, didn't we, where we had these firms that were being contracted by the energy suppliers to go and forcibly replace normal monthly credit meters with the kind where you have to prepay to use your gas and electric, and everything went bloody mad because they'd forcibly broken into a couple of homes which perhaps they shouldn't have done, given there was people of a vulnerable nature there and all that sort of thing. It was all put a stop to when it came out, and even one guy who was there, oh, this is the exciting bit, while he invaded the privacy of somebody's residential premises. There's been some updates on this situation, and I'll try and bring them to you right now. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is the last one of the day. I hope everyone's alright. Let me know how you are in the comments and what you've got planned for the day. Well, this is, well, really gets me, this does. It really does, because it's an invasion of people's basic rights where somebody comes stomping through your door, changes meters, flies everything everywhere and then leaves. It really is not on. But the way the laws are laid out in the land, it gives these people the excuses they need to come in and do this stuff. And I really want people to educate themselves to the contrary and look for ways of working the law in your favour that's there. But that's another video for another time. Let's look at this. We've had this situation where electricity companies, energy companies, were forcing their way into people's homes and forcibly installing prepayment meters, in some cases whether they were there or not. And some of the staff that were employed to do this were getting quite excited about this actual prospect. Now, if you are behind on your energy bills, for God's sake, talk to your provider. All the while you're talking, progress can be made. Otherwise you'll end up down the road where something will be forced. Now, there was a ban put on forcing these prepayment meters in, and as a consequence I also found out from something somebody sent me that the courts were pretty much just signing off these warrants willy-nilly. It was just part of due process. Yeah, we'll have that, and off they go to wreak havoc and cause trauma to put somebody who is in poverty because of the current situation we live in. This ban hasn't lasted forever. It's going to be lifted, and it will be lifted, and they will be able to install prepayment meters forcibly once again. Ofgem have turned around and said that the providers must try and give people much more leverage and much more time to clear debt before they go down that road. And also they've said anyone over the age of 85, this is not to happen to. Now, I find that curious, that age. Okay, this is advancing old age and they could have a heart attack, for crying out loud, with the stress. But don't you think that there are other vulnerable people in an age bracket lower than that, probably 40, 50 plus, 60, that might have underlying health conditions, many underlying health conditions, unable to work, and they can't basically get by, and they're getting shafted left, right, centre and everything else. Don't you think there are younger people there in that bracket? The other thing as well, campaign groups, I'll say it, have turned around and said that this simply isn't good enough because all of this stuff is voluntary and these energy companies won't follow it. Ofgem has turned around and said they are tougher rules and soon they will be made mandatory, so they have to follow them. I'm led to believe that the only people that can do this or force this is the government. Grant Shapps has turned around, and I'll believe it when I see it, I'm afraid, and said, yes, we are on this. Yes, we will make sure this happens. But just to summarise, once again, forced prepayment meter installation will begin, and there are rules or recommendations for rules in place to make sure it is slightly different. I pinch of salt and all that, I really do, and my main advice is if you've got a problem, don't stick your head in the sand, because it's not going to go away. Talk to them or find another avenue out of it. That's me, done for the day. Thank you very much for all your support, everybody. We're going great guns on the channel now. I'm going to try and arrange a live for Sunday with somebody. I'm going to look at that tomorrow and do all the scheduling and everything, so look out for that then. Please make sure you still subscribe to the channel, and subscribe if you're watching. You haven't. Let's get those numbers up to that 40,000 mark. hit the like button, and information like this, please make sure you share it on your own social media channels. Have a good day, everybody. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Toodaloo.